Okay, sorry. So the emails are where all the downloadables are coming, the links to the recorded meetings, and any special offers we're doing. And that being said, I want you to know that our normal membership rate is $100 for a year. So you guys got in at $60 for the year. It's like $5 a month, which is, you know, great value, I think. And even at $100 a year, I mean, it's like $8 a month or something. But we are offering a friends a special offer. So for those ladies that weren't able to join right now, I get it that it's, you know, kind of a weird time and some people don't want to spend any money right now. And so we are doing a friends special offer, and it'll be $70 for the year. And so it's not like you guys, it's not locked in for life or anything. It's just that this is a one-time offer that we want to extend to those that felt like maybe this wasn't exactly the right time for them to come in. And also anybody that's just now finding out. I've gotten a lot of DMs and messages over the weekend saying, oh, I just found out about this, you know, and can I get in on that? I'm like, well, unfortunately I can't do the founders, you know, that was a cutoff on Friday, but we do have this special friends offer. So, you know, that is, if you know of anybody who is interested in coming or interested in joining us, that is a great deal as well. And it won't go on forever. We'll just, you know, have it up for a little while. As well as letting people know, if you meet a woman or you are connecting with somebody who is a female entrepreneur or business owner and wants to try out our group first, they're always welcome to attend a meeting or an event one time for free. Oh, hang on, I'm getting a question. Yes? Okay, well, I'll come fix it after I'm done with my meeting, okay? Just watch theirs for right now. I know you really want to play the game. This is an iPad question. I know you want to play the game, but you just have to wait till I'm done with my meeting, okay? I promise I'll make it worth it for you. You'll get to do extra time, okay? Or bring it here. Go get it and bring it here. See if I can turn it on. Oh my gosh. This is like a meltdown about to happen. Anyway, they're allowed to come to a meeting and check us out and, you know, and see what we're all about. I am going to put up one of our downloadables as a free option for anyone that wants to, you know, is interested and wants to join. And most likely I'm going to do the one, hey guys, everyone joining in. Most likely I'm going to do the one that we did at the very beginning of this quarantine. It's like a list of, you know, things that you could work on in your business during quarantine. So I'll put that PDF out there, you know, that freebie for those that are interested and want to see what we're all about. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. Last week we talked about, you know, having a focused brand and coming up with these 3 to 5 pillars that you're always going to come back to and that you're always going to talk about. In last night's email, I did do a downloadable for you. All the info was listed in the email, but you can download it for yourself. And it goes through our POP method, which is, you know, talking about the problem you solve, your origin story, and then your personality, and creating those 3 to 5 pillars using that. So if you missed that last week, I'd love for you to go read the email or download it and, you know, and get started on thinking about those things. Many of you are already doing this, and sometimes you don't even realize you're doing it. And so I just want you to go in and analyze it and see if you can make it better or if you need to do it. And then the Facebook group that we're going to have, I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of like how to take all of you out of the private Facebook group we have now. And so I'll get that done and put you all in a private Facebook group. And I'd like to give an assignment for the week. So I would love for you all to work. Okay, hold on one second. Bring it here. Just hold on one second. I would like for you all to okay, let me see this. Hang on. Okay, it's dead. It needs to be plugged in.
No, I put my password in and then it won't.
Holy cow, you guys. Oh my gosh. Cancel that. Okay, Gray. I don't know what to tell you guys. Can you go out to the garage and ask Daddy to plug that in for you and get it started? And Grayson, have Daddy maybe plug yours in too. I don't know why they don't have power. But if you guys just let me do my meeting, okay? And then I'll come out. All right. There's like tears in their eyes. This is the one time a week I let them do the iPads is during our meetings. So I figure they're obsessed with them. But yeah, and they're not real iPads. They're Amazon Kindles. And just so you guys know, my kids aren't that crazy spoiled. So what I was saying before is that I'd love to give everyone an assignment and to take your 3 to 5 pillars, and we're going to start a post in our new Facebook group that will get started over the next couple of days. and ask everyone to first introduce yourselves and say hello in the group. Like I said, we are 42 strong right now. And so we want to get in there and introduce ourselves, tell each other how we can help each other. Is it just following on social media? Do you have a business that, maybe there are, I don't want you to sell to each other, but, letting everyone know what you do and what your business is. And you never know, somebody may need your services or may know someone that needs your services. And so then we'd also like to put in our 3 to 5 pillars. And so I'll start it off, I'll do it so you guys can see an example, and put those 3 to 5 things that you want to talk about all the time. It's just a way to hold each other accountable and to make sure that we're using these actionable steps every week. And so, of course, it's not a requirement. It's just something to do to get you to actually sit down and do it yourself. So I can tell you all the time, like, okay, now take 20 minutes to do this after our meeting, and it may not get done. But maybe if you know that, I would love to see what you post and to find out more about your business. And it's a way for each of us to get to know each other better as well. So I'd love for you guys to do that within the next week. I should have the Facebook group set up by tomorrow. But let's talk about this week's hot topic. I do want to move this along. I don't want to keep you guys, longer. 30 minutes is our goal. It's already 12:08, so we'll shoot for it. But this week's topic I thought was really appropriate since we are starting out as a now private exclusive membership group. And the topic this week has to do with being in quarantine and being home. And it's all about hitting the reset button. So we have been given this opportunity, and I'd like to think of it as an opportunity, to pause for just a moment and hit the reset button. Some of you are still working, some of you are not. Whatever your situation is, you do have a chance right now to stop for a moment and just kind of think about where your business is. How have you pivoted? How have you not? And what do you want to do? And how do you want to go forward, right? How do you want to come out of this? It's okay, completely okay, if you're like, I need a break, right? This is the time to do it. If you need a break right now, it's completely understandable. No one expects you to be out like busting your butt. Many of us need our jobs so we can get paid and make money and pay bills. But if for some reason, I've got these 3 kids that I have to, teach every day basically. And so the hours between 8:30 and 2:30, I am not working normally. This is my only exception of the week. And so I'm not working. So it's okay to take a break. So because half my days are taken up, I can't do the full force of work that I, used to do. So the mindset here is that, you might be told like, oh, you should be working extra hard right now because you have all this extra time, which I think is a myth, right? Or that, oh, you should just take a break and kind of take it easy and spend the time with your kids, this quality time or whatever, or spend time at home, getting things done. It's whatever you want it to be, really. This is kind of your canvas, and you get to be the artist, and you get to decide what you want it to be. So I'm not typically like a woo-woo person. I like to come in and just talk action steps, but I do want you to take a moment this week. And, and when I say a moment, if you can, put it in your calendar, set aside 30 minutes to kind of sit down and think about, what am I going to do with this business? Some of us, there isn't a choice, right? We have to just push forward. Some of us do have the opportunity to take a break and to kind of rethink things. Some of us are going to pivot our business. I am seriously considering pivoting the Mama Crush, which I don't know if any of you don't know, the Mama Crush is a personal styling business. So I obviously cannot go into people's homes and their closets and style for them right now and pick out clothing and outfits. And not many people need outfits right now anyway. So that's kind of, I've been taking a break with it really. But I've also had it in the back of my head, like, okay, how am I going to change this? How am I going to pivot it? Because even when things go back to normal, people still may not want me coming in their homes and like playing with their clothes and all, so I'm trying to think of different ways. And I think I'm trying something digital. And so now I need to sit down for like 30 minutes and hash this out, either take notes on my phone or write it down on paper. I'm a paper person. I love notes. And hash it out. Like, how would I make that change? What are the goals? What are the steps? And how would I want to do that? And then with those 30 minutes, as you're thinking about this, what do I want to do? Let's just call it a month, right? What do I want to do with this next month with my business? Do I want to just take a break? Fine, put that on there. I want to take a break, and then a month, I'm going to come back to this, right? If you need to push forward or you want to make changes, some of the PDFs that we have created over the last few weeks are great jumping off points, like especially the list that we started with, the what to do on, to work on your business during quarantine. Are these some of the things that you want to work into goals that you could work on over the next month? So set goals for the next month. And if it's one goal, great, who cares? Like, no one's judging you. This is a judgment-free zone. If it is, I want to take a break for a month, great. If it's, I want to ramp up my business, I want to come up with something new, I want to launch a product, I want to, redo my pillars, my story brand, I want to, whatever it is, then go ahead and write that down and start making those goals for the next month. Set goals so that you can come back from this, right? You didn't join this group thinking I'm giving up on my business. Maybe you're pivoting, maybe you're changing course or tack, but you didn't join this group just last Friday to say, I think during this quarantine, I'm just going to shut things down and never come back to business, right? You know that you are going to come back at some point. Unless you're still going strong. I know, like, there's definitely businesses that many of you own that are still going and still pushing forward right now. Like the Mama Crush, it can't push forward at the moment as far as what I used to do, but I could push forward, by changing tack and coming up with something new. So take 30 minutes sometime in the next few days and sit down. I already asked you to do the pillars, but, so take a 20-minute break and a 30-minute break somewhere, after the kids go to bed, whatever it is that whenever you have a little time in your day, and sit down and write out, what are my goals for the next month? What do I want to do this business, or what do I want to do with this business? And how do I want to come out ready to go, at the end of it? We don't know if this is going to end in a month, that's wishful thinking, I think, but, or that things would be back to fully functioning normal. But where do you want to be in an ideal world? If in 1 month from now, things were boom, back to normal, where would you want to be with your business? And then we can kind of rehash as we go along, and you may need to tweak it and make changes. But one thing you can be doing, no matter what you want to do with your business, and like I said, I think it's great if you want to take a break, but I don't think any of you are here and showing up to these meetings and reading the downloadables and all these things if you didn't think that you were going to survive this, right? If you didn't think that your business is going to push through, or that you're going to come out on the other side ripping and raring and ready to go. So for those of you in that mindset, which I would assume is all of you, and we can talk separately if it's not, but I would assume is all of you, is the things you can do right now is to nurture your audience, right? And we talk about this every week on different ways you can do that and different content you can create. But that is what you can do right now, but with those goals and those end goals in mind. So if I'm nurturing my audience or my potential audience, or I'm working towards gaining a new people to my audience, I want to create content. I want to, write blog posts. I want to make videos. And I'm the first to admit I've not been on top of this because I've had less time. But if I were to sit down, which I will, and write out what my goals are for the Mama Crush, as this goes along, and if I can give myself small actionable steps to take every week, could I post a little more on the Mama Crush? Yes, I definitely could. Could I make some videos and that are really content heavy and really helpful to my audience, which are moms? Could I do those things? Absolutely, 100%. Why am I not doing them right now? Because I've been overwhelmed and crazy. But if I were to sit down, and it's all in the back of my head, right? It's all rattling around. But if I were to sit down and write it out and come up with an action plan for the next month, I could probably get it done. So I don't say probably, I could get it done. So, nurture is what I'm saying. And, send out emails, love on your audience and love on your potential audience. Even if you don't think people are watching right now, all you can do is keep pushing it out, right? Keep pushing forward. Many of you have been amazing at this. I'm watching all of you online, and I'm watching, all of you on social media, and I'm thinking, wow, they're just putting out so much good stuff. And, it's all fantastic. And then some of you, I'm probably not paying close enough attention, but I'm thinking I could use more from. me included. I have been terrible about this with the Mama Crush. I mean, I'm like, I go in spurts, like 2 or 3 days of awesome content and great, information, and then 3 or 4 days of nothing. And I'm like, oh, you know, but give yourself grace, right? There's always tomorrow. You can always come back. And remember that better is done than perfect, right? Better is done than perfect. That's the right word. So what I mean is that these things don't have to be perfect. They don't have to, be the best video with the best lighting and the best, editing. It doesn't have to be the perfect blog post, but if you can just start getting it done, you can perfect it as you go along. And you do have time to perfect right now. Once you've gotten things out, then you can kind of teach yourself as you go and teach yourself how to get better at what you're doing. The hardest part is taking the first step and actually doing it. So if I want to be better at showing up on, let's say, social media, if I want to be better at showing up on social media for the Mama Crush, then I should actually take some actionable steps to do that. I should put it in my calendar, like, block out a time at the beginning of the week to batch my posts for the week. When I batch, and we've talked before about batching, those of you that are new here, we will definitely visit that again. But it is a game changer. And when I do sit down on Sunday night and batch out a few posts for the week, it's super easy. Makes it so much easier. So if I could put that in my calendar, if I could mark out, if I could do a little pre-planning for that, then I would definitely show up better on social media. So that's a goal that I would have. And then that's an actionable step that I could take. So I want you guys to think of it in that way. Like, what are the goals? How I want to come back out on the end of this, with a business that is flourishing and ready to go and ready to serve people. So what can I do now? I can nurture people, and how am I going to do that? So set some goals that you could accomplish over the next month, and then figure out the actionable steps, right, to do those things. Another great thing that you can be doing right now during this reset time is to network. So it's not the same networking, it's not in person, it's not exchanging business cards, or it's not, us getting together, which even though we're not a networking group, we are definitely networking when we get together and we meet. But you can network online, and network is just a fancy business word for relationships. It's not the old school networking where you think you have to meet a certain amount of people and collect a certain amount of phone numbers. Networking is forming relationships, and you are in this amazing group right now, and this amazing group of women. And so, we haven't been very active on our Facebook private group. I'm going to, as of tomorrow, you're going to have your own members only Facebook private group. I encourage you to get on there and to reach out to each other, to comment on each other's, if anyone posts their introduction and their 3 to 5 pillars, comment on them. You just never know who here in this group is going to be able to help you. And if we've got 42 amazing business owners right now, all in different industries and different stages of their business, there is so much knowledge to be shared, and there is so much opportunity, right? There's opportunity to collaborate. And when I say collaborate, I don't always mean like to collaborate on a video together. I mean to help each other out, and to, Diana has been amazing at this the whole time. Diana is probably our resident, senior blogger, right? She's blogged for the longest out of everybody in the group, unless we have some new people that I just don't know exactly your past, but your history. But she's our resident, senior blogger, basically. And so she's helped multiple women in our group, and with all different types of things, not just about blogging, but about SEO, or about, Pinterest and things that she has a lot of experience with. And so there are so many knowledgeable females in this group, and forming relationships with each other is going to be so beneficial to all of you. So I would encourage you to take this time to network. And when I say that, don't think, okay, well, she just said network, so what am I supposed to do? Just go on here and expect that I'm going to be best friends with all these people? Give yourself a realistic goal. If you can comment on a few of the posts that would go up tomorrow in our Facebook group, comment and start these introductions to each other and start the relationship. That's amazing. If you were to meet 3 or 4 new people every week of your life normally, you would have this gigantic growing list of friends. So it's the same thing online. You want to set yourself a goal of, I want to make sure I get to know 2 or 3 of the business casual members this week, and just find out like what their business is, what they do, and, you know, and then follow them on social media and learn a little bit about their lives. And if you can do that for each other, you know, just a week, you're going to grow your relationships and you're going to grow your network. So I think now is a time to network, even though we can't meet face to face. Some people are still making money, right? Some people are still selling their booties off. And I'm not talking about just the essential jobs, but some of our creative entrepreneurs are still crushing it out there. And it's because that's the decision that they made. Like, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to rest on my laurels. I'm going to pivot my business and make it, you know, safe during COVID. And I'm going to do it. And that's all it takes from you guys. I'm not saying if you make that decision, you're going to make money tomorrow. I just mean that they have made a decision that this is not going to overtake their business. And I think that by joining and becoming a founding member last week, you did the same thing. You were like, I am not going to let this like crush me. My business is not going to die. You know, I am going to push through this. And so now you have this little like pad, right? Like this, like I said, like this blank canvas to reset and to come out on the other side, almost like we're all starting new businesses again, right? And it will be in a different environment, in a different kind of world, but we're all getting this chance to reset and to reset to hit the reset button, like I was saying. So this is the time right now to make the perfect plan, right? It doesn't have to be all done perfectly, but it is the time to make your perfect plan. So I want you to do a few things after this. I want you to, even if you don't have time today, look on your calendar, circle 30 minutes, block out 30 minutes, even if it's at 9 o'clock at night or 6 a.m. in the morning, whatever it is, and just sit down and write at the top of it, my perfect plan for the next month. And start with the big goal of where do I want to come out at the end of this? You know, for the Mama Crush, for, you know, the personal styling business, I want to have a digital product that I can launch and be ready to go then. And then come up with some goals. You know, I need to start posting more. I need to create more content. How can I do that? And maybe some actionable steps in there. So make it realistic, but also set yourself up. This is the time to make the perfect plan. And many of you know, I've said over the last few weeks that we hear like, oh, you've got so much time on your hands right now, which is just such a lie because I have less time than I've ever had. And I'm sure many of you feel the same exact way. Kids or no kids, it doesn't matter. We still have less time because we're juggling, right? We're juggling home life and work life and trying to make it all mesh together, all from one location, like my bathroom. So I don't want the time thing to stand in your way though, because you are all female entrepreneurs, you're business owners. You didn't get into this for an easy way out, right? Not one of you, I'm sure, got into this thinking, this is going to be so simple, right? I'm going to just sit back and the money's going to come in. This is just a different challenge. And I think that we've just all been given such a fantastic opportunity to reset. If you take a break from all that you're doing for a couple of days, and I'm not talking about those of you that have clients that you're currently working with, but take a couple of days break to really reset and think about this. How do I want my business to look in a month? Where do I want to be? What goals can I set for myself? And what actionable items, like what actionable steps can I take to get there? And then put them on your calendar, right? Actually do the plan, make the perfect plan. I think that you're going to really benefit in the long run. And I think you're going to be happy that you had this chance to reset. So that's all I've got for today, ladies. I want you to take the chance to reset, to hit the reset button. And so I'd love to open up the floor to anybody that wants to chime in. And let me check the chat here if there was anything. Gwen, you didn't get your email. Okay, I'm going to double check for you. Gwen, next in mind. Chelsea was introducing herself. Is there anyone new on the call today that hasn't been on a call that would like to introduce themselves? Caseen, am I saying your name right, Caseen?
Yes, I just unmuted myself.
Okay, great.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm really looking forward to connect with women who are motivated and passionate and can continue to help reinvigorate and inspire me as well.
I think you're in the right place.
So
what is it that you do?
You do?
No, she was saying, what do you do?
Oh, what do I do? So I have Real Estate Redesigned. It's a company that sells real estate. So I'm an agent, and I also redesign spaces for people.
Cool.
So designer and realtor.
Very good. That's awesome. We're glad to have you. And I think that you are in the right spot. And you're going to find that all of our women, we're all from different industries, but we do have some similar. I mean, we have interior designers, we have realtors in our group. And so you're going to have people that you can talk to and you can talk the lingo, right? And you'll know your jargon.
Love it.
But you'll also have other women who are experienced in so many other different fields. But we all have one big goal. We all want to be these strong female business owners with successful businesses. And we are all interested in how we can grow and how we can market and how we can get really good at all of these things. And so every week, that's what we build on. And so I'm really happy to have you here. Who else do we have that's new to our calls? Gwen, you were here last week though, right? Yeah, you were. But if you want to introduce yourself, anyone, Margaret, you want to say hi? You were raising your hand.
Yeah, I'll say hi. I've been joining the last 2 calls on Thursday evening. So now I get to see this whole new group too. And same thing, I'm just really excited to get inspired by you passionate, creative women. I'm new to the Jupiter area, and I'm building my business as an interior designer. And then my husband is also a real estate agent and does photography for real estate. So we're also similarly blending the home decor and real estate. So working on honing in on our services, because while we're dabbling in a lot, because I think this is the time that we're finding that it's helpful to dabble in a lot since it's hard to get, I think, a specific client in the home decor field. I want to make sure that it's not too confusing for our audience.
So I'm going to jump in here, Margaret.
Really helpful. Yeah.
I'm glad. And Margaret's been coming to the evening meetings. So we've been doing meetings on Thursday night as well. If you come to the Wednesday, you don't need to come to the Thursday because it's the same topic both times. But I will say that our group has been a little smaller on the Thursday evening meetings. And so we've been able to kind of dive deeper into individual businesses, and it gets almost like personal coaching a little more. And so Margaret, last week we were talking about our 3 to 5 pillars and like coming up with your brand and your ideal audience and all these for basically her business has kind of 2 sides. And so we were talking about separating the 2 so that they could be more niche. And it was just really great conversation. And so if any of you ever miss a Wednesday noon and you can make it to Thursday evening, it is a little more intimate group usually. And we dive a little deeper into those things. The beauty of meeting in person usually is after our learning portion is that everyone kind of starts talking amongst themselves and splitting off, and then you're able to dive deeper into these things. But I don't ever want anyone to feel like they can't. And please, if you feel like there's something that you want to learn more about, or you want it to be applied directly to your business, if Christy's like, okay, great, we talked about those 3 to 5 pillars, but how do I do that with my business? The Facebook group is going to be the place to go and to ask that question. And you'll get, that way you get the reactions from our other members, but also it gives me a chance to like watch those questions come in and see what you guys are asking so that I can then bring those things up here at our meeting. So can I get everybody to smile real quick so I can do a photo? This is awesome picture. Thanks. All right. So who else wants to say hello? Anybody?
I'll say hi.
All right, cool. Who was that? Oh, Dana. All right. Oh, no, wait. Was that Dana? Who was that?
That was Stephanie.
Oh, hey, Steph. Go ahead, Steph. Hey.
So for those of you that I haven't met before, I'm on Instagram as @StephSellsWPB, which I'll put in the chat so we can follow each other and support each other. But I'm a real estate agent, and I service from St. Lucie, Martin, and Palm Beach County. And I focus on helping busy moms who are looking for more space for their growing families to live the desired lifestyle that they're looking for.
And if you guys are not following Steph, she's been doing an amazing job with her video series. I've just had it up here a second ago because I was about to.
Oh, thanks. My home seller boot camp.
Yes, home seller boot camp. What a fantastic idea. And this is a prime example of someone that I don't think the real estate market has slowed down too much for you, but I mean, I know you're busy, but it is a different, like, having to pivot, right? And
yeah,
she's always wanted to create good content, and she always does. But she's taking this opportunity to say, okay, how can I put things out there so that people know I'm an expert at this, right? And so she's doing this home seller boot camp. It was a fantastic idea. And every week she's releasing, new, just kind of like guides, but it's all on video, and she's fantastic on video. But this is the type of thing I'm talking about. Like she says, okay, at the end of this, I want to come out and I want people, especially like women and moms, to think about me if they want to move and buy a new home or sell their home. And so if I just continue to put out the content and continue to nurture, I'm going to be seen as the expert, right? I'm going to hit that audience that I need to hit. So I think you're doing a fantastic job, Steph. And I hope it reaps all the rewards that you want to get.
No, you're so
So yeah, even our older members that have been here before, if you guys want to say hi, because we do have a bunch of new faces, please do. And we have about, I only want to go to like 12:40 here. So let's, we've got a little less than 10 minutes to go. But if anybody wants to bring up anything or introduce themselves, I'd love for you to say hello. Anyone?
Hi.
Okay, go ahead, Dana.
Sorry, I was waving to Steph before. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
My name is Dana, and I work in marketing for a contracting company down here in Florida. It's a national company, but I also blog. I've been blogging for about 11 years now. And I offered this out on the Facebook group, but I'll offer it here too. And actually, Jess is highlighted today on my blog, The Modern Exennial.
Cool.
Every week I do a Womanpreneur Wednesday. And I know a bunch of you have taken advantage, and please do. I have my platform for everyone. I've been blogging for 11 years. People love this series. It's basically a Google form interview, and then you provide some photos of yourself, of your business, and then I link to all of your social media profiles and your website, because I think it's just another avenue for me to help and get your names out there and stuff like that. So I do Instagram stories, promoting it. It goes in my newsletter and stuff like that. And it's just like the least that I could do to help other people out, because along the way for me with my business, a lot of people help me. So I kind of like want to pay it forward.
That's awesome. That is so kind of you to offer. And I know I saw that in the Facebook group before, and some of you were answering her. So I think that's awesome. And congrats being featured there today, Jess. That's really cool. So this is just another way that we can collaborate and work together and help each other out. And Dana has a platform where she can do that. And I think that's amazing. So thank you so much for offering, and welcome to the group. I know you've been coming to the meetings for a little while, but thank you. Welcome to the group. I do want to say something about Sahili. I'm pointing down because that's where she is on my screen. She, I know, sorry, wherever she is, she has offered to start a business book club within Business Casual Mastermind. And so I think we're going to do it once I get the Facebook group set up tomorrow. She's going to start, and Sahili, you can stop me if you changed your mind, but
good. Please stay, because I've been meaning to post it and I just haven't got around to doing it.
It's okay, and wait until I get our exclusive group set up tomorrow to do it. But if anyone is interested, there's just a ton of amazing business books out there. And what I really love about business books now is that there are so many geared towards us, right? To the female entrepreneur, to the female business owner. And it doesn't have to be female, but they're just more modern, and they speak to us, and they speak in the age of social media, and they speak in the age of creative entrepreneurship. And so Sahili is going to start a book club. I don't know exactly the parameters yet. She can, lay that out for you, how it's going to work. And but I know that the goal, and she can speak to this, but I know that the goal is she's got a long list of books that she wants to read. And so she's like, why don't we, if anybody is interested in also reading these books as we go, and then discussing it always helps so much. So Sahili, if you want to say hello, you've been on evening meetings, right, lately? Or were you on the
I kind of bounce back and forth just depending on what the schedule is. Okay. But hi, everybody. My name is Sahili, and I just wanted to kind of start a book club to dive a little bit deeper into certain topics and try and apply them to our businesses, because I find that it's a lot more helpful if you read the book, discuss it with somebody else, and then kind of have accountability by telling other people what you want to do. And it's just something that's gonna, go pretty slow at first. I know everyone's busy, but I'm thinking maybe a book a month or something like that. I don't know. As soon as everyone if whoever shows interest, we'll discuss it, and then we can, vote on a book and then set the pace that the group is comfortable with. So that's what I was thinking.
Awesome. I see the chat boxes popping up. People are saying, count me in on the book club. So that's
Awesome,
fantastic.
yes.
So as soon as I get the private group set up for all of us tomorrow, then why don't you go ahead and post about it? So I have a very sad crying kid behind me. Does anybody else want to say it? Gwen, why don't you say hi?
Hi, so my name's Gwen. I've seen a bunch of you in the last, I've been to like 2 meetings, and I have a meditation course online for kids and their parents. So that's what I'm focused on. I do one-on-one stuff also, but it's been a little tricky to do that, obviously, these days. So I'm really focused on the online course and getting it out there on Instagram and online, and researching ClickFunnels and stuff right now. So if anybody knows anything about that, I'd love to like chat on the Facebook group about it. And that's it. I post a lot of stuff about being mindful and breathing and meditations and little mind hacks for your kids. So
Jessica, you want to pop in there? Jessica Scotton. You want to pop
Sure.
in there because I know you have such a background in this.
Sure. So the first business works with web design and funnels. So I'm happy to have a conversation with you off platform.
awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up unless there was anybody else that really wanted to say hello today. But I look forward to talking to all of you in the Facebook group. And you know, there is video in the Facebook group too. So you can always like post a little video if you feel like words are just falling flat and you're not really getting to show your personality. But you can always post a video. I feel like there's like a haunted ghost child behind me right now, just lurking. Super sad, scary face.
So cute.
She's
Leanne?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I have an idea that I would want to chat with you about. Maybe just something that popped into my head when you were talking about everybody's different interests and the things that their wheelhouses and all that stuff, and maybe an idea of how we can use that to create some sort of like a what is that, like a guide basically of like in our Facebook groups that we see like who knows what topic areas.
Fantastic idea. I love that.
Yeah,
and I'm
and
already
who's
doing
willing
a
to
membership
share.
directory for all of us, you know, and I was going to
That's
put a
the word
link
I couldn't
like
think
a
of.
Google Doc, you know, and it's just going to be a membership directory with everybody's name, their business, and their social media handles. But that would be a fantastic, you know, kind of like I'm an expert in this or whatever, or I like, you know, I've been doing this for a long time kind of thing. So great.
And then like an in search of, so that people can have like the things that they're looking for help for. And then maybe we can start within the group if there are people that are willing to share that
Love
knowledge.
it. This is a fantastic idea, Diana. Let's see. I'm just jotting my note down here.
Oh, Airtable, Jessica Scotton says. I didn't know that was a
Airtable. Is that what it's called, Jessica?
Yeah, I've built membership directories in Airtable before. It can be embedded on a website. It's completely searchable. It's different drop-down options. It's totally customizable. But for something like this is what I have built membership directories like that.
Fantastic. I'm going to look into that for sure. See what an amazing group we have, ladies. All right. Well, if there's anybody else that wants to say anything, speak now, forever hold your peace. Otherwise, I will see you on email and the Facebook group this week, and then see you again next week, hopefully.
Sure, I'll put it out there since it did seem to go over well. I have started a Facebook-based book club for just general reading.
Okay.
Of friends and invite whoever you like. I'll start it in May, but if anybody's interested in an invitation to that, please let me know.
All right. We just reach out to you on like
Facebook is fine.
Facebook or okay. And are you Jessica Scotton on Facebook or are you Foodie Frolic? Okay.
No, just on the personal side is fine.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Good. All right, ladies, thank you so much for your input today and for jumping in. And those of you that were new today, I hope that this is what you were looking for. And just trust me, you stick through it because our in-person meetings are like just will blow your mind. Like you're just going to absolutely love it. But I think this is going really well too. So thank you guys so much. And we will see you later this week and next week. All right.
you.
Y'all have a great day. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.